Okay, we come now to the NIV, New International Version, or also known as Newly Infallible Version. Evaluated in 5 minutes. With good reason, this most reliable version has become very popular and widely used. Again, it's the work of top scholars from around the world, and supplemented by its study Bible notes, it's a wonderful resource. We'll just get rid of this character in the corner. Here we are. In this brief video, I intend to focus on some typical differences between the 1984 and 2011 version. So let's proceed. Saints becomes God's people, and so on, because of a different understanding that people today have of the word saint. There's another one, the word alien, which of course has now taken to mean someone from outer space, and Christ becoming Messiah. A lot of this stuff is taken from the translator's notes, the 2011 translator's notes, and it makes a lot of good sense there. I'll leave a lot of this stuff for you to pause the screen if you want to and read it. So this is an interesting one. The ancient manuscripts had no distinction between uppercase and lowercase letters, so we cannot be sure whether spirit, the Greek pneuma, should be capitalized or not. And in the 2011, they've had some new insights into this. Some occurrences of Jews have become Jewish leaders, especially in John. Jews appears as a shorthand reference to the particular Jewish leaders who rejected what Jesus did and said. And here's an interesting one, 1 Thessalonians. You suffered from your own countrymen the same things those churches suffered from the Jews who killed the Lord Jesus and prophets and drove us out. Now, you see this other one is the same, except that it doesn't have this comma. So that's a small thing, but it makes a big difference, because in this case it means all the Jews. It's talking about all the Jews, but without the comma, it's just saying the particular group of Jews who killed the Lord Jesus. So that is an important distinction to make. Here's an interesting one, Acts 7:18. The King James Version said, "Another king arose which knew not Joseph." And the NIV 1984 said, "Another king who knew nothing about Joseph." But this has been corrected in the 2011 to "a new king to whom Joseph meant nothing." The biblical word know has an extended meaning the English word know doesn't have. It works similarly to the English word recognize. I could say, I don't recognize his face, or I don't recognize his authority. So the first one is just because of a deficiency in my eyes or my memory perhaps, but the second one is a choice that I made, and it's the same here. The new king would certainly have known about Joseph because of the Egyptian records, but he had no respect for Joseph. That's the issue. Then we have brothers and sisters, frequently used to translate the Greek word adelphoi, which is just brothers, because in those days brothers was taken to include ladies as well. Today, not so much. Most occurrences of sinful nature have become flesh, but who knows what flesh is? Who understands flesh used in a special way? Same thing we see here, the cravings of sinful man, which I think is much better than the lust of the flesh in terms of normal English and understanding it in normal English. All in all, it has to be said that the NIV is a top-notch translation. However, as the last two examples above show with regard to the NIV 2011 in particular, you need to know Bible English to understand it properly. So more accurately, we should call it a top-notch translation into NIV Bible English. So I continue my quest for a good, clear translation